My name's Thomas and I've come from Leicester.
My name is Quiva and I'm from Dublin, but I've come from Leicester.
My name is Eddie Drummond.
Danielle Lawrence.
My name is Jake Rayner Blair.
Callum Diaz.
My name is India Panatia.
I've come from Bournemouth on the south coast.
I've come from Tottenham. I'm Annabelle and I'm from Bournemouth.
Bournemouth and Paul.
I've come from a little tiny town called Bourne, but specifically it's in Lincolnshire, but I always say I'm from Peterborough because that's like the closest city to where I live.
I'm from Bristol. So yeah, I wanted to move back partly to save money. I didn't have a job at the time, so I wasn't going to be able to afford unless I moved back with my parents.
At the time, I was trying to do other stuff outside, so I was trying to do a little bit of extra work here and there just to get, but it was kind of difficult to be able to do stuff like that whilst I was doing coursework.
It's hard to do theatre in COVID. It was a lot of Zoom calls, a lot of trying to record things.
I really liked it. I thought I'd get more out of it in terms of like developing my acting skills.
I feel like we didn't have the opportunity to like properly act, if that makes sense. I feel like we're doing a lot of things where it didn't allow us to grow as actors.
It affected everyone's mental health massively as well, so that was hard.
I think it was a lot more academic than what I thought it was going to be, which isn't my thing. I'm not very academic.
Loss of passion for some people, but other people, it made them want it more. That's what it did for myself. It made me realise what I had, you know, walking into uni every morning and be able to do the things I love.
I think it was just creating my own performance is what I most enjoyed. From like kind of the stuff I'd done before, it's been a lot more script based and plays that are already established, and I really enjoy that. But I think it was the chance to make my own work and what I wanted to say, that I really hadn't had before.
Directing After the End by Dennis Kelly, which I was so looking forward to, and I had like really, I'd been planning it for before third year. I was so excited, and then it just got ripped out and completely changed, and I had to do it over Zoom and record it, and it's about a kidnapping. It's a bit hard to do a kidnapping over Zoom.
Bournemouth's not like great for opportunities, say like auditions for like Netflix or any big series or films, but in a way I kind of think it's quite good for, like at the moment I'm trying to create a show reel, so it's good for opportunities if you know people from like the Arts University. Like you can make contacts through them and you can do short films for them and build content and create a show reel. So in that sense I think it is actually quite good, but it does lack a lot of opportunities because if you're doing a show in Bournemouth and you try to get a casting director or agent to come down, you probably don't want to trek all the way from London all the way down to Bournemouth just to see a show.
Like it was an amazing experience meeting lots of different people, and it was a good time, but I think I'm ready to move on to the next part of my life.
I felt like there were still things I wanted to do in Bristol, get more in touch with the theatre scene before I then hopefully can move somewhere, either Manchester or London.
Being able to be a part of an experience that I wouldn't have got a chance to have probably had otherwise. I'm from a little village and not a whole lot of opportunity in terms of acting, so this is kind of like a golden opportunity for me. So yeah, being able to perform in a London theatre and having professional workshops.
It's not much compared to Manchester or London, but there's still there's a few really good contemporary theatres out there.
I've always wanted to live in London when I was little, and so that's like the big dream, is moving to London.
I've just started Made in Bristol course with the Bristol Vic, which is where they just get a bunch of young theatre makers together and you sort of make a play.
It's limited opportunities. A bit more opportunity in the city. The difficulty with the curve is that they don't cast from outside. Normally it'll be a production that's already been casting somewhere else and it's been brought here. Someone they know that they wanted to cast. It's not open audition, and that's the only real place that I can go to.
I was ecstatic to even be auditioning for Arden, and I'm very privileged to have been chosen.
It was really surreal because I still don't think I'm in London. Like I was on a train and now I'm just like in a different part of Leicester. It feels weird being on the but it's really exciting. Like I love London. It's one of my favourite places to be.
It doesn't feel real. Like, I know that sounds silly, but just to be picked for something that's so like special because 8 people only get picked, it doesn't feel real. It feels very special.
I think with the workshops we're going to like pick up a lot more skills than I did while I was at uni.
I'm really looking forward to the workshops. and learning new things, definitely. I don't have much experience on screen at all, so that I'm definitely very, very excited about.
Networking would be quite a good thing.
Meeting new people, learning skills that I haven't learnt through uni, so like acting for screen or voice work, any other acting skills that I might not have picked up on.
Connections, definitely, meeting new people. I'm looking forward to being on a stage and the lights hitting and being in that moment again. I've missed it massively.
I think more than anything is just trying to break through into the industry in some capacity, or having an agent or something, you know, like something that's going to give me an in, which, you know, this in and of itself, this experience is going to be doing that anyway to a certain degree.
I think it's given me that platform, that experience and the knowledge. Like, I'd never done anything to a screen before, but it's something that I really have been interested in since I was little, but have never done before. So it was getting those new skills and those new opportunities.
Training and acting, connections, but also mainly just like meeting more people. I think that's always been my favourite part. That's what I've taken out of uni the most, is the great people that I've met. So just looking forward to sort of having a new group of people to be mates with.
Like people that I would never have met before, and perform in places that I would never have performed otherwise.
Having studied musical theatre, it is my main passion. Combining acting with singing is two of like my favourite things, but I don't want to restrict myself on my opportunities just focusing on musical theatre. I want to get more involved in contemporary theatre or acting on screen or anything else that may become an opportunity.
Come enthusiastic, like be open to doing things that are like slightly outside of your comfort zone.
Giving me that push to be like, no, you can do it. Like,
when we do a workshop, make sure to write down like a name or maybe even an email address, or follow them on social media. I think that's always a good thing. So if I can do a workshop and keep a name and maybe contact them in the future, like if you don't ask, you don't get, I live by that.
Just having the experience of acting and training, meeting new people, and even if like at the end of it I did decide, oh no, this isn't for me, I know I've had a 18-month experience that was amazing.
Yeah, I think certain things that could hold you back, definitely, you know, finances and stuff, but at the same time, you know, there's a certain amount of grit and determination I think you've got to have. You just got to go like, well, I'm just going to try and make it anyway, I'm just going to do what I've got to do to kind of do it anyway and get to where I want to be. So I think there's some stuff that can hold you back anyway, but there's some stuff that it'll only hold you back if you let it.
It always comes down to personal circumstances really, but the main things that restrict everyone are the finances. If you're not in sort of the main hubs of creativity in the country, it is so much more difficult to break into the industry at the end of the day.
Because I know that if I work a job, I'll be able to pay rent, and acting is kind of a bit like you don't know if you're going to make it, do you know what I mean?
Minimum wage isn't great, bills are expensive, we're in a crisis. You know, people are choosing between eating and heating, let alone being able to get a train up to London and go for an audition and miss out on a day of work. And yeah, that's what's, you know, causing, I'd say, most issues for myself with trying to make it. But I just need to move to London. I need to make that jump and come down here where the opportunities are.
I mean, I always find it hard to think of where I'd be in like 5 years, because to be honest, I didn't think I was going to go to university. I didn't think I'd be here right now, so I find it hard to imagine where I'd be. But I know I'd want to be doing something to do with acting, but like because of money and stuff, I just don't know.
I want to act, I want to perform in any way I can, I just want to be on a stage. Doing that is the thing that gives me the most sort of satisfaction.
My dream is to act in film specifically.
I think I would just love to like be in work, to be acting, to be doing stuff, maybe have some of my own work, just to be in theatre, in drama, acting in some capacity.
I'd love to do anything performance-wise, whether that be on stage, on screen, voice work, anything that can keep my sort of hunger for performing going.
So I love the stage, absolutely love it. It's nothing like it. It's just one big take. It's different to film. But I do want to explore film, and having done projects for people through COVID and after I graduated to keep myself busy, because I didn't want to like just not act, even if it was for small thing. I didn't want to like lose that. So after doing those sorts of things for people, it has opened my eyes massively to the film world and naturalism, and books that I've been reading, practitioners such as Stella Adler.
If I'm backstage, if I'm stood there under a spotlight, whatever it may be, I need to be there.
I think first you'd have to ask yourself how bad you really want to be an actor. You know, you'd have to think, right, do I actually really want to be an actor? And then if you're ready to dive into that industry and be rejected constantly and accept jobs when they come in.
Devising theatre, I think, that is my biggest passion. Me and my mate, we devised a play in January, and we've been taking that around a few venues recently, and it's been going really well. And I think like that, now I know what I want, and I just want to keep on doing that really, because that's what I love.
It's so uncertain, you know, this industry, and I can't say in 5 years I will be under that spotlight. I hope to be. That's the goal. That's the dream. But as long as I'm there, as long as I'm, you know, living it, breathing it, I'm happy.